Your soulmate saying, I can't pretend anymore. I still love you and I need you to know tonight. My child, I have watched you carry the heavy weight of loneliness upon your weary shoulders, wondering if the deep love you have prayed for will ever truly find its way to your door. The person I carefully created to stand by your side is finally breaking down their high walls, crying out to me that they simply cannot pretend anymore. They still love you with a fierce devotion, and it is my divine will that you know this absolute truth tonight before you go to sleep. I see the sudden feeling of comforting warmth that washes over you when you sit completely alone in the quiet shadows of your empty room. That specific feeling is my unseen sign that your soulmate is thinking of you right now, finally letting go of their stubborn pride. They are admitting to themselves that they cannot hide their true feelings, and they desperately need you present in their future. Stay with me until the very end of this message, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow morning. You need to hear everything I have to say right now, because tonight is the sacred night their heart completely surrenders to the truth. They are crying out to me in the dark, saying they still love you and cannot keep up this painful act for another day. I am gently asking you to take one final step of trust and completely let go of all the bitter pain from your broken past. Your tired hands must be entirely empty so I can place this great blessing of true love right into your open palms. Your soulmate is ready to confess they cannot pretend anymore, and you must prepare your fragile spirit to receive their honest apology. I know you have felt the sharp sting of lonely nights, but I must tell you a divine secret about the one who truly loves you. They have been weeping and praying for you too, asking me to give them the desperate courage they need to speak the truth. They want you to know tonight that their deep love for you has never faded away, even when they walked in silence. Do not turn away from my soothing voice, for I have a final beautiful revelation waiting for you at the close of this very message. I will show you the exact moment they will reach out, proving to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you, and I am personally clearing the troubled path so your two hearts can finally join together in perfect peace. Jesus says, "Listen closely to me, for I know the deep ache in your soul when the house is quiet and you feel like you have been entirely forgotten." Your soulmate feels that exact same hollow ache in their chest, and they are finally admitting to me that they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you with every beat of their heart, and they are begging me to make sure you know this profound truth tonight. When you wake up suddenly in the quiet hours of the night, understand that it is not by mere chance or restless accident. It is my gentle call to your spirit, letting you know that their heart is reaching out to yours across the wide distance. They are crying in the dark hours, admitting they still love you and cannot keep up this heavy disguise any longer. Keep your tender heart open and stay with me until the final word, because I will give you the key to their sudden and beautiful return. If you turn away now, you might miss the very blessing I have been carefully preparing for you through all these tears. They are saying they deeply need you, and you must be entirely ready to hear their honest voice tonight. You must forgive those who cruelly broke your trust in the past, so your heart is soft and ready for this pure and true love. I am doing a mighty work behind the unseen curtain of your life, removing every single obstacle that keeps your soulmate away from you. They are completely tired of pretending they are fine without you, and they still love you more than they ever did before. Here is a beautiful secret that will bring immediate peace to your worried mind and deep rest to your weary, exhausted soul. Every time you thought you were left behind, your soulmate was asking me to watch over you and keep your spirit safe. They are finally ready to admit they still love you, and they urgently need you to know this undeniable truth tonight. Listen patiently to the end of this word, for I am going to reveal the final courageous step you must take to welcome them back. I am wrapping my protective love around both of your lives, ensuring that this time, the truth will stand firm and steady. They cannot pretend anymore, and their tearful confession of love is moving toward you at this very moment. The Lord says, "My precious child, you have often wondered if your deep feelings were just a foolish trick of your own hopeful and lonely mind. I tell you right now that those thoughts were lovingly planted by me, because your soulmate is confessing they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you with all their remaining strength, and they desperately need you to know it tonight before the sun rises. That feeling of out-of-place sadness that sometimes hits you in a crowded room is a direct and purposeful sign from me. It is the gentle echo of their heart fiercely missing yours, a quiet proof that they are lost in your shared, beautiful memories. They realize they cannot pretend to be happy without you standing there, and they want you back in their chosen path. Do not close this message before the end, because I am going to give you the exact words they will soon say to you. You need to hear this preparation so you will not be afraid when they finally break their long silence and come forward. They are going to look you in the eyes and tell you they still love you, and they need you to know tonight. I need you to let go of the terrible fear that this precious love will slip through your fingers like the harsh ones did before. This is a pure divine connection I have deliberately placed in your life, and I am the one bringing it to final completion. They cannot pretend anymore, and your only job in this moment is to trust my voice and keep your spirit open. The deep secret they have hidden from the jealous world is that their days feel incredibly empty and cold without your gentle presence. They look at other people but only see your beautiful face, and they are constantly asking me how to make things right again. They still love you intensely, and they need you to know tonight that they are finally surrendering their foolish pride. Listen patiently until the final blessing, because I am going to wash away all the lingering doubt that heavily clouds your mind. I will reveal a clear and simple sign tomorrow morning that will prove their stubborn heart has turned permanently toward you. They cannot pretend anymore, and the mighty love they have kept hidden for you is about to be spoken out loud. Jesus says, "My child, you have asked me in your tears if you are foolish for holding on to a distant memory that seems so far away. I am telling you that it is not foolish at all, because your soulmate is crying out that they simply cannot pretend anymore. They still love you deeply, and I am bringing this beautiful truth into the light so you will know for certain tonight. When a sudden, comforting peace washes over you during a highly stressful day, know that it is my gentle hand resting upon you. It is a clear sign that your soulmate has finally stopped fighting their overwhelming feelings and has completely surrendered to our shared path. They can no longer pretend that their future makes any sense without you walking faithfully right beside them. Stay with my guiding voice until the very last word, because the final revelation will change exactly how you see tomorrow morning. I am setting a beautiful trap of divine love for them, and they are willingly walking right into it tonight with tears in their eyes. They are entirely desperate to tell you they still love you, and you must be prepared in your soul to hear it. You must willingly take the difficult step of trust and forgive yourself for the mistakes you think you made in the distant past. I have already washed your past perfectly clean, and your soulmate is only looking forward to a bright new beginning with you. They have dropped their stubborn pride, realizing they cannot pretend anymore, and they want to start over together in peace. The quiet secret I want to lovingly share with you is that they kept a small reminder of you in their daily, ordinary life. Every time they look at it, their heart aches with regret, and they ask me to grant them a merciful second chance. They still love you completely, and they need you to know tonight before the silent pain becomes entirely too much to bear. Do not rush away from my presence, because I am preparing to hand you the final seal of peace at the very end of this word. You will need this profound peace when they unexpectedly reach out to tell you they cannot keep lying to themselves any longer. They cannot pretend anymore, and they are going to tell you they still love you deeply and without any reservations. The Lord says, "Listen to me carefully, for I know the deep and silent ache in your soul when the house is quiet and entirely still. Your soulmate feels that exact same overwhelming ache, and they are finally admitting to everyone that they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you with a burning passion, and they are asking me to make sure you know this truth tonight. You might have recently smelled a familiar scent out of nowhere that instantly reminded you of a moment you both shared together. This is not your mind playing cruel tricks, it is my sign that they are heavily dwelling on that exact same precious memory. They are realizing they cannot pretend to be fulfilled without you, and they are begging me to guide them back home. Keep listening until the final blessing is spoken, because I am going to reveal how their heart will finally break wide open. You must not miss this crucial guidance, for it is the very key to understanding why they stayed away for so long. They are ready to confess they still love you, and they need you to know tonight that their silence is finally breaking. I am asking you to completely release the heavy bitterness you carry toward the times you felt unfairly rejected and cast aside. You must trust that I allowed that separation only to grow their heart, bringing them to the point where they cannot pretend anymore. They are coming back with a renewed spirit, completely ready to prove that they still love you and want a future together. I want you to know a hidden secret about the many times they tried to write a message to you but deleted it in fear. Their hands were shaking because they were completely overwhelmed by the undeniable fact that they still love you more than life itself. They are finally finding the courage to send that message tonight, because they absolutely need you to know they cannot pretend anymore. Stay focused on my comforting voice until the very end, because I am preparing to completely lift the heavy fog from your future. I will reveal the unmistakable sign of their approach, ensuring that your heart is totally ready to welcome them back inside. They cannot pretend anymore, and the deep love they have for you is about to flood into your reality. Jesus says, "My beloved child, I see how carefully you guard your tender heart, terrified that hoping again will only lead to more devastating pain. I am assuring you right now that this hope is safe, because your soulmate is openly declaring they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you with a pure and honest heart, and I am making sure you deeply know this tonight. Whenever you feel a sudden urge to speak their name into the empty air, know that their spirit is desperately calling out to yours. This is my divine sign that the invisible wall between your two souls is crumbling down completely into dust. They are weeping over the time they wasted, admitting they cannot pretend anymore, and praying for a future by your side. Do not turn away before the final revelation is spoken, because I am going to tell you exactly how this beautiful reunion will begin. If you close your heart now, you will miss the incredible blessing of understanding the deep work I have done in their soul. They are screaming to the heavens that they still love you, and they need you to know tonight before another moment passes. You must take the courageous step of trust and stop doubting your own worthiness to receive this beautiful and overwhelming love. I created you entirely worthy, and your soulmate now sees your true value clearly, confessing they cannot pretend anymore. They are running back toward your loving arms, completely ready to show you that they still love you without any hesitation. The secret they have stubbornly kept from their own friends is that they constantly talk about you when they are entirely alone. They whisper your beautiful name into the dark, asking me to protect your spirit until they are strong enough to return. They still love you with an unmatched intensity, and they need you to know tonight that they are finally coming home. Hear me out until the last passing second, because I am going to hand you a profound blessing that will shield your new relationship. I will give you a perfect peace that washes away all history of pain, proving that they truly cannot pretend anymore. They still love you, and the magnificent future I have planned for you both is about to beautifully unfold. The Lord says, "Listen closely, my child, for I have seen the quiet moments when you look at old photographs and wonder if the love was even real. I am speaking directly to your spirit to say it was entirely real, and your soulmate is crying out that they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you just as much as they did in those pictures, and they need you to know this tonight. The vivid dreams you have been having about them recently are not random thoughts. They are a direct and purposeful connection from me. Through these dreams, I am sending you a clear sign that they are dreaming of you too, wishing they could hold you close. They have finally realized they cannot pretend to move on, and they want your presence back in their daily life. Stay with me until the end of this message, because I am going to give you the courage to answer when they finally call. You must hear these comforting words so that doubt does not steal the beautiful joy I am bringing right to your doorstep. They are going to admit they still love you, and they desperately need you to know this truth tonight. I need you to let go of the false belief that you are destined to walk this long and difficult road of life entirely alone. I am bringing your soulmate back into your path, because they have surrendered their pride and admitted they cannot pretend anymore. You must open your empty hands and trust that I am safely guiding their restored heart back to yours. The hidden secret about their long absence is that they felt unworthy of the pure and beautiful love you so freely gave them. They stepped away to fix their own broken spirit, but now they are begging me to let you know they still love you. They are completely ready to stand by you, and they need you to know tonight that their hiding is officially over. Wait patiently for the final seal of peace, because I am going to permanently remove the heavy anxiety that grips your chest. I will show you how to clearly recognize their honest intentions when they step forward to say they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you, and the beautiful path I have laid out for your shared future is bathed in bright light. Jesus says, "My child, do not let the coldness of this world convince you that the beautiful love story I wrote for you is completely over. The one I designed specifically for your heart is currently falling to their knees, weeping that they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you more than words can say, and it is my promise that you will know this tonight. If you have felt a sudden, unexplainable joy in the middle of a mundane day, recognize it as my hand moving in your life. It is a brilliant sign that your soulmate has finally made the firm decision to completely return to your waiting arms. They have realized they cannot pretend that their life is complete without you, and they are preparing their sincere apology. Do not leave this message early, because the final revelation I have for you will serve as the anchor for your upcoming joy. You need to hear every single word I am speaking, for this is the exact moment their stubborn resistance completely shatters. They are boldly confessing to me that they still love you, and they desperately need you to know tonight. You must take the final step of true trust and release the heavy anger you have harbored over how things ended between you. I am asking you to clear away the bitter ashes so I can build a magnificent fire of love where they cannot pretend anymore. They are entirely ready to show you how much they still love you, but your heart must be willing to forgive. I must reveal a gentle secret about the times you felt a sudden urge to pray for their safety out of nowhere. That was me, asking you to cover them while I worked quietly on their heart, making them realize they still love you. They have finally broken down, and they need you to know tonight that they are forever grateful for your lingering love. Keep your spirit open until the final word, because I am going to shower a profound blessing over your completely restored future. I will reveal the exact sign that proves they have left their old foolish ways behind, because they cannot pretend anymore. They still love you, and they are rushing forward to carefully place their fully awakened heart directly into your hands. The Lord says, "Listen to my gentle voice, for I have counted every single tear that has fallen onto your pillow during your darkest and loneliest nights. Your soulmate has shed those exact same bitter tears, crying out into the silence that they absolutely cannot pretend anymore. They still love you deeply, and they have asked me to prepare your delicate heart to receive this truth tonight. When you suddenly hear a song that holds a special meaning for you both, know that it is not a random coincidence playing out. It is my distinct sign that they are listening to that exact same song, letting the beautiful memories completely wash over their soul. They are admitting to themselves they cannot pretend to be over you, and they are seeking the path back to your door. Stay focused on my words until the very end, because I am preparing to hand you the vital key to their completely transformed heart. If you walk away now, you might let fear dictate your next steps instead of the divine peace I am freely offering you. They are totally ready to say they still love you, and you must be completely prepared to hear it tonight. I am asking you to completely surrender your timeline and trust that my perfect timing is always working for your greatest good. I delayed their return only so they could reach this absolute breaking point where they genuinely cannot pretend anymore. They are coming back fully committed, ready to prove they still love you and want to build a lasting future together. The beautiful secret I want you to hold closely is that they have defended your good name when others tried to speak against it. Even in their quiet distance, they recognized your pure value, and they are begging me to let you know they still love you. They are totally tired of running, and they need you to know tonight that you are their only true home.